Shoot, maybe I should have put some lotion on you. Maybe I should have lotioned him up.
We are here with a legendary figure in Northwest hip hop, Seattle, particularly. Introduce yourself, bro.
What's going on, world? Let me take my gum out my mouth so I already mumble what it is. What up, y'all? It's Vitamin D, and this is fresh. I've just been a music lover since I was little. The way my personality is, and just the way I was raised in general, by example, and just intuitively, I'm a contributor to things. I like to contribute and make my environment, the energy in whatever environment I'm in, better if I can. That's just something that's instinctively in me. And then the good Lord gave me the gift of music, so you pair the two together, and and just the fact that I love this. Can you curse on this one?
Yeah, say what it is. Yes,
and you pair that with the fact that I really love this shit, and I was destined to be a producer, I guess. Shoot, life landed me here in this good Northwest, and I would say the environment has definitely been like the source of inspiration in my sound.
I know personally, but moving from Los Angeles to, when did you arrive in Seattle? How old were you?
I was a youngster. First time I came to Seattle, my parents are from Seattle, so I've always been back and forth. We settled in '86. That's when KCMU Rap Attack was popping. I think it was called Rap Attack at that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I grew up on LA radio first and foremost. That's my early inspiration. The techno, the Egyptian Lover, the Dr. Dre, all that. They was, Debbie, what Black radio was doing back then. So man, I listened to Dr. Dre mix it up on the traffic jam every day. So that's why I was inspired to, touch these wheels of steel and get my hip hop thing on. Then I moved to Seattle. The radio's popping just as much as I ain't gonna say just as much, but
it was popping
in its own right.
Yeah, a lot more than it is now currently.
Yeah, they was actually playing jams. I remember the boy Glenn Boyd played the whole Public Enemy record on the air. You know what I mean? Like they was playing the underground cuts. Mix-a-Lot and Ness had fresh tracks. I heard the Ness and the Megs, and then shout out to my big Cuddy, Sugar Bear from Emerald Street Boys.
True.
Original DJ out here. Can't nobody really say they was hip hop before that guy, so.
Yeah, that's real. Eddie Wells.
Yeah, and then my cousin Specs too,
Yeah.
Not too many b-boying before that guy, So,
writing, graphing, none of it.
None of that, man. Straight b-boy shit. So,
yeah.
The scene was popping in the '80s in Seattle, man.
Yeah.
And it was it was black and united too, man. So that's another thing, man. We was in the hood. I didn't even know white people listened to hip hop at that point. You know what I mean? Like it was, that was the hood experience, man. Hey, man, if you with the shit, man, you gonna throw these shell toes on. We gonna get out here and tag, man. We gonna get out here and battle rap. Motherfuckers was popping against each other, shit straight, turbo with O's all on the motherfucker, man. Like
that's real.
Like it was popping, And so from there, man, it's like, man, I gotta be a part of this, man. I gotta contribute to this, man.
Yeah.
So
you definitely. Being raised in it, having family members, and you being a part of that lineage, you were affected from it from a cultural aspect.
It wasn't like, I like rap, so I kind of dress rap, but I'm not around its origins or nothing like it is nowadays. Like rap is totally detached from its origins, so
yeah,
I feel blessed that I was a part of rap when it was in touch with its origins.
No doubt.
When it was still homegrown in the hood, Not to say that, you know, hip hop that ain't from the hood or nothing ain't popping or nothing, because, you know, I bump shit off, but I'm just saying, like, to be part of it in that way, where it was more an exclusive club and an exclusive way of life. It wasn't something that people just kind of tap into and then get back out to their regular, you know, corporate lives and whatever. You know, it's like, man, if you was with it, you was with it, man. You lived it all. You living that shit. How Seattle inspired my sound particularly is it's beautiful out this joint. You know what I mean? Like, man, trees and flowers and birds and all that shit. Even though, like, you know, you penetrate the crust to get to the core of the matter, it's like same thing going on in every city, but like, man, just that beauty with the cityscape on it, like, inspires like a kind of like, it's almost like urban forest kind of shit, you know what I mean? So like, I really be having a lot of like acoustic elements and shit like that. Something that you might sit next to a tree on some hippie shit and play, like, you know, in the background of my tracks and stuff like that. Like, just the whole scenery and topography, if you will, like, inspires that kind of sound.
As a producer, who would you like to create or pair or produce a project with in Seattle?
I mean, if I had the money to pair any Seattle artists up with each other, man, I'm gonna be on some wild shit, man.
Well, let's do it here.
Somebody from Soundgarden's coming in and do a guitar solo. Pops will be on rhythm guitar. That boy Tugboat's gonna be on bass, you know, killing me. Or, man, there's so many people that there's no way I can narrow that down either. I would have, like, I would put Specs One in the middle of, like, just some off the wall shit. Like, if I had the money to experiment, like, it wouldn't even be hip hop at that point. Like,
you would literally be producing, like conducting or orchestral, like.
I'd have Jake One on drums.
You'd be on your Quincy Jones.
Yeah, real deal. I'm gonna be like Jake One making a drum track. Got the hardest drums in the town. You know. Like, come on, man. Like.
So you're taking it to the point where you're producing and creating a collaboration based on, like, your orchestration.
Yeah. Now, I would write the chord progression and stuff like that.
Okay. Arrangements.
Yeah, I'd have my little MIDI arrangement maybe or something like that, where I, you know, do it on Logic or something. But we bringing in the Seattle Orchestra, bro.
Okay.
I feel you.
No, I don't think you're bullshit. I feel you.
Man, we're bringing in that orchestra. Man, no telling who's gonna be a guitar solo, man. I'm gonna need that guitar solo, and that shit's gonna sound like some damn Barry White meets Jake One meets Ish coming on a verse. You know what I mean? That would be another one too, man. I've never actually had Ish spit on one of my beats that I know about anyway.
Yeah.
You know, he might have did it at the house and I never heard it. But,
yeah.
You know, I've collabed with him as an MC, which is funny, like.
No doubt.
But not as a producer and rapper, so that would be another dumb one.
Okay.
Maybe I put all those elements together.
Yeah.
Have Ish on boats, cause you know.
Yeah.
Ish is just a magical guy, man. The complex simplicity that he brings to a track and shit.
No doubt.
Like, who knows, bro?
Speaking of yourself, not necessarily in third person, but if you were to view or step outside of yourself as an artist, how do you think you would see yourself?
I mean, in some ways, I'm a fan of myself. Inside myself, I gotta pass my own test, you know,
Sure.
quality test or whatever. I got my own standards. But if I was to be myself, I'd be like, I like this cat, man, because he's honest. And his music's honest.
What is your perception of the Seattle music scene? Seattle hip hop scene specifically?
Shoot, I look at the Seattle scene as my baby in some ways, you know. As much as I, you know, nurtured it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely got like a spot in my heart for it, and you know, sometimes it hurts my feelings because, you know, if we're gonna keep it funky and
Because children do that.
really keep it 1,000 like that, A lot of niggas be biting out here, man. You know, it hurts my heart, but you know, it is what it is. I wish we would get off the Bay Area's nuts, especially in the hood side of things, and kind of lean towards creating our own sound in that. You know, I'm hearing way too much of the. We're just gonna rap over this little empty trap beat with some violent shit going on right now. And one gripe with the town is it's just too much dick riding. It's too much biting. Like, that's one thing I can, well, we're not gonna get it back on camera. But at least our good friend Ben, you know, everybody hates on Ben. At least he sounds like himself though. You know, he does.
What's your favorite food spot in the town of Seattle?
Toulouse definitely is on the top 5 though.
Where?
Toulouse.
Okay.
I fucks with Toulouse.
Okay.
Even though they get skimpy with the portions. Damn, I don't know. That's cold. That's cold, Jay.
Okay.
I don't have no favorite spot. I mean, if I want some fried chicken, I'm going to the Chicken Lady in Jackson and shit. Like,
the purple, right there in MLK in Jackson?
Keeping it hood.
No doubt.
My favorite, I like Babar up there on 12.
All right, no doubt.
Yeah, man, the vermicelli bowl is on stupid hit. But man, he said favorite food spot.
They might see it and you get that endorsement.
Right. There's no way I can come with a favorite food spot. There's no way.
Okay.
I'm too much of a foodie for that.